Well, it's nearly the end of January, but Happy New Year anyway. And I thought I would take this opportunity to show you my modest start to mining my lead mountain for 2020. I've mentioned in a number of my previous comments and whatnot that what I'm actually trying to do now is to use up all the various bits and pieces of projects that I've not finished, complete them effectively before I actually buy any more figures. And I decided on that course towards the end of last year when my painting mojo dropped to, well, it dropped off the scale. But I've managed to adhere to it. I've not done a great deal of painting. I've done a few bits and pieces which I didn't think were worth showing. This is the first effort for this year, and I managed to paint these, which for me is very quickly, in about a week. What we've got basically are two, well, I would say batteries, but two cannon for the American Civil War there, for the Confederate army that I've almost completed. And they'd been lying around in my bits box for about 2 years actually, and I thought I really ought to get on and get these done. So that was my first effort for the beginning of the year. I'm quite pleased with how they've turned out. I can't remember what make they are. They may be first core, they may not. As I say, I've had them that long I can't remember, but nevertheless they've come together okay. I've tried a slightly different painting technique. Sorry about that, I'm wobbling them all over. Slightly different painting technique. I've tried to do a bit more block painting and less highlighting. The idea being to get the things done as quickly as possible. I've got a bit of gunk collected there. I think that's from a reaction between the super glue that I put on and the varnish, which may not have been entirely dry, so I'll have to attend to that. So anyway, those are the artillery pieces, and behind them are a group of Confederate skirmishers. I think these are from the same manufacturers. I'm not absolutely certain. I've used the same painting technique. I think their faces may be a little on the dark side, though they have got quite a lot of facial hair, but they may be a little on the dark side. I could probably have lightened them up a little bit, but again, they're skirmishers, they're okay. Castings aren't particularly clever actually on some of them. You can see that mark down his hat there. To be honest, I couldn't be bothered cleaning it off, but it's his face that slipped. The mould appears to have moved slightly, so that he's got a dislocated face. But working on the 2-foot rule, he's going to see it anyway. The heads were loose on these, they were separate pieces. This guy appears to have a pin for a head rather than a normal sized head, but you know, takes all sorts, doesn't it? I quite like this one. He says throw him all over. I want to get him on the camera. There you go. I quite like him. He looks a bit of a rough and ready rebel type. These were just, as I say, bits that I'd left lying around in my lead pile for quite a while and intended to get done at some stage. So that basically is the start for 2020. Waiting in the wings, and I'll just show you over here. This is a battalion of British American War of Independence stroke American Revolution infantry. I got those off eBay at least 12 months ago. I'm going to have a go at getting those done. There are, I think, 32 of them. So I'll get them cleaned up, and I'll probably do them in 2 batches of 16 rather than choke myself by trying to do 32 all at once. And I think that'd be a good idea. Those are my little jars with sticky tape on, ready to baste them for painting. So I'll crack on with those when I've done this video, and hopefully they should be finished fairly quickly. I'm not quite sure what to do next. You can see just there I've got some Second World War stuff which needs doing. They've been there 2 years, maybe, something like that. So as I said, I'm trying to steel myself so that I don't buy anything new until I've done what I've got to paint. I've made good progress with a lot of them, actually, which I've not filmed. It's just odd bits and pieces, French and Napoleonics and so forth, which aren't worth showing you, basically. But I've made reasonable progress with those. I think I also mentioned that I'd actually paid somebody to paint quite a lot of my figures so that I could finish off a project. The French needed several battalions and some artillery doing, so I've stumped up and paid for those to be done. And my Prussian projects for Napoleonics, I've also paid for those to be done as well. I've done a few myself, but not very many. Anyway, I'm waffling now. I hope all your projects are going well. I've been watching videos, commenting on them, and enjoying the stuff that's out there. I'm actually trying to watch fewer videos and try and get a bit more painting done. So I suppose 2020 should be the year of self-discipline as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I hope you like these, and I'll post some more when I think it's worth troubling you to take a look at them. And I hope your projects are going well. Cheers for now. Bye.